Hello and welcome back to another video on the rest of the way and to another edition of NXT Out of 10. Big show today. We've got NXT Deadline coming up soon. Obviously we're a few weeks removed now from Halloween Havoc, but still feeling full out. Lots going on in this week's show. Including Joe Gacy versus Cameron Grimes, which kicked off the show. Obviously their feud-ending match. Grimes started off strong and got several kicks early on before Gracie locked in a crossface. Grimes then hit a springboard stab before the Schism tried to interfere by grabbing Grimes' leg from the apron. The Schism got on the apron, but Grimes kicked him off and hit a big crossbody on Gacy. Grimes then got a big poison runner before Ava ran another distraction from the apron and allowed Gacy to hit the handspring clothesline for the win. He gets a 7 out of 10 from me. It wasn't bad, to be honest. I'm kind of glad this feud's over. The match itself though was decent. Ava winning, of course, with everything surrounding her. There's a lot of intrigue. Didn't find this too bad. Wait, went the feud, I suppose. 7 out of 10. There we go. Axiom, Nathan Fraser, then ran into JD McDonough backstage, and JD taunted them before booking a match with Axiom. We then got a barbershop promo from Trick and Carmelo. The former North American champion said he will sign a contract for a title rematch with Leslie next week, which should be great. The arena went dark, and we got a cryptic message from the scripts that talked about watching NXT fall before it's time for Soul Rocker versus Electra Lopez. Ruka got a few slats early before sending Lopez out. Outside the ring, Ruka took a clothesline before getting near for in the ring. Cook came back with some big moves before getting smashed in the corner. Ruka went out top, but Lopez dragged her down and hit her finisher for the victory. To be honest, this gets a 5 out of 10 from me. Indy Hartwell attacked Lopez off the match and took her out as payback for last week, by the way. To be honest, it just kind of felt there, to be honest. Kind of had no significance for me. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. JC Jane was then on a video call with Mandy Rose when she was attacked by Alba Fire, who beat her off screening before threatening the champ. Then it was time for Charlie Dempsey versus Andre Chase. Dempsey grounded Chase early, but Andre got out of the hold and dropped Dempsey with big slammers and kicks. Dempsey then countered a Uranagi and locked in another painful hold before Chase was in trouble, and Duke Hudson took a wide towel and threw into the ring to force the match to stop, calling a fourth there. Interesting use of the towel throwing in there. Intriguing. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Decent enough match, really put Charlie Dempsey over here, and excited to see what he can do in the future. Good stuff. And then, of course, I suppose it does mix up the Duke Hudson Chase relationship. Very interesting stuff. Before Kiana James showed up at Fallon Henry's family bar and wanted to buy the place, Henry told her no, but James kept insisting before finally giving up. And then it was time for Stax versus Hank Walker. Hank took Stax to the corner and laid down some stripes before Stax came back with a head up, but was tossed out of the ring. Back in the ring, Waller was taken down before Stax got some elbow strikes and a knee for a near fall. Waller blocked a kick and hit a clothesline before tackling Stax across the ring. Walker hit a splash in the corner before Stax stopped him and jabbed him in the eye. Hank took a bee to the back of the head before going down for the 3 count. This gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Didn't think it was a bad match. I was surprised Stax got the win. I thought maybe they want to keep this Hank Walker momentum going a bit, but no issues with that at all. Decent enough match. Kind of intrigued by the direction of both these characters at the moment. I think it's fair to say. Grayson Waller was then out next, and Von Wagner and Braun Breaker were the guests. Waller said the NXT universe didn't think that Wagner deserved a shot at the title, and Von said he was not there to get public support but to win matches. Wagner was shown a hate comment and said he didn't care about the haters and was focused on decimating Breaker. Wagner said he would like to take the title from Braun and threatened to ragdoll him in the ring before the two had an intense stare down. Definitely an intriguing match. Personally, I didn't see this match coming, but I'm kind of intrigued by it. I like Von Wagner, so please didn't get the opportunity. Next week, I believe is going to be a very interesting match when it does take place. Good little promo. Grace Moore's talk show, always quite entertaining too. Cora Jade was backstage and she called Wendy Chu a friendless loser, made fun of her in a backstage promo, which got pleasant. Before it was time for Axiom versus JD McDonough. The match went outside early on and JD sent Axiom's knee into the steel steps before targeting the same knee in the ring. Axiom got a big kick to the head before some chops and a drop kick. Axiom then hit a dive to the outside but seemed to have hurt his knee. Back in the ring, JD kicked Axiom's legs from under her but missed a move in the corner. JD locked in the sharpshooter before the two got in a slugfest. JD then hit a dive, but Axiom got his knees up and got some near falls off a Hurricane Rana kick. They traded holds on the mat before the match had to be called because Axiom was seriously injured. After the match, JD got on the mic and called out the rest of the locker room, especially Apollo Crews. That'll be interesting next few. But 6 out of 10. Hopefully Axiom's okay. Good with JD McDonough, and I kind of like what they're doing with his character at the moment. Before it was time for Brutus Creed versus Damon Kemp. Brutus attacked Kemp on the ramp and they brawled their way to the ring as the timer kicked off. Kemp was sent outside into steel steps before bouncing his head off the announcer's desk. Back on the ring, Kemp got in control and sent Brutus into the corner before getting a steel chair. Brutus hit the chair away before unloading on Kemp and getting some big sentons. Brutus took the chair and smacked Kemp with it, ending the match. After the match, Brutus beat Kemp down with a steel chair before Sangre and Veer showed up on the balcony and stared down Diamond Mine. 6 out of 10 from me. I don't know, maybe we should have had this match before Halloween Havoc. Would have had more impact, to be honest. Gets 6 out of 10 from me. Didn't do too much, but it was an alright match. We then got another cryptic promo before heading for the main event. And before that, backstage, Roxanne was checking on Indy Hartwell, who told her there was no place for friends in this business. Before it was time for the women's tag titles, Kaden Carter and Katana Chance versus Zoe Stark and Nikita Lyons. Lyons and Chance kicked off the match and Starks was tagged in early as challengers in control. They went after Katana's arm before Kaden came back with a big crossbody and Stark was in the ring but missed a dive trying for a suplex that countered by Chance with a DDT. Zoe almost ran into Lyons before the Chance took her out and Nikita sent her outside. Chance then hit a DDT before the Chance came in the 450 splash picking up the W. Starks attacked Lyons after the match and wiped her and tag team partner out before posing in the ring as NXT went off air. So the Zoe Stark heel turn it is then. And yeah, I don't know, I kind of didn't see this coming, to be honest. I thought maybe if it would be anyone, it would be Leon's. But yeah, Zoe Stark's heel, that's definitely going to be interesting. The match was decent enough. And yeah, you kind of felt like something had to give. Maybe thought it would be the opposite way around. But yeah, it gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Definitely intriguing and interested to see where it will go next. Overall, NXT 2.0, not 2.0, overall NXT gets a 6 out of 10 from me. I thought it was a decent show this week. There were some bits on there that maybe I wasn't quite as fan of, but there were some bits on there that I thought were really, really solid as well. So, kind of a bit of a mixed episode of NXT this week, I would say. But, lots going on, lots to keep me interested as we build up to NXT deadline. But anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, don't forget to comment, and respond to this show for daily wrestling news and subscribe to our channel. Greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.